GRC's role in strengthening your cybersecurity posture. Your organization's cybersecurity posture refers to its overall security status and readiness to defend against cyber threats. A strong posture means having robust defenses, detection capabilities, and response mechanisms. GRC provides the essential framework for building and maintaining that strong posture. And how does GRC achieve this? Structured assessment, GRC methodologies like risk assessments force you to systematically evaluate your assets, identify threats and vulnerabilities, and understand your weaknesses. You can't effectively defend what you don't understand. Prioritize defense. Risk management helps you prioritize instead of trying to protect everything equally, which is often impossible and inefficient. You focus your resources, time, money, people on mitigating the highest risks to your most critical assets. Policy-driven controls. Governance ensures that security controls aren't implemented randomly. They are based on clear policies and standards designed to achieve specific security objectives and address identified risks. Compliance as a baseline and beyond. Meeting compliance requirements often establishes a baseline level of security. GRC ensures this baseline is met and encourages organizations to go beyond mere compliance to implement best practices identified through risk management, continuous improvement cycle, monitoring, auditing, and reporting aspects of GRC create a feedback loop. You learn what's working, what's not, and where new risks are emerging, allowing you to continuously adapt and improve your defenses over time. Without a GRC framework, security efforts can become disjointed, reactive, inefficient, and difficult to measure. GRC brings structure, strategy, accountability, and continuous improvement to your cybersecurity efforts, resulting in a demonstrably stronger and more resilient posture. Aligning GRC with business objectives. A common misconception is that GRC, particularly in cybersecurity, is purely a technical or compliance-driven function operating separately from the core business. This view is outdated and detrimental. Truly effective GRC is deeply intertwined with and supportive of the organization's overall strategic goals. Consider how GRC activities directly enable business success, enabling innovation safely. Businesses need to innovate using new technologies, cloud, AI, IoT. GRC provides the risk framework to evaluate the security implications of these technologies before adoption, allowing for innovation without undue risk exposure. Building and maintaining customer trust in nearly every sector. Trust is paramount. Customers all over the world are increasingly aware of data privacy. Demonstrating strong GRC practices, e.g. NDPA compliance, secure systems directly supports customer acquisition and retention. Key business goals, ensuring business continuity, cybersecurity incidents can halt operations. GRC incorporates risk management for business continuity and disaster recovery, ensuring the business can survive and recover from disruptions, protecting revenue streams and market position, optimizing investments by linking security spending to risk reduction as identified through GRC processes. You can justify security budgets and demonstrate how they protect value and contribute to profitability by avoiding potentially massive breach costs or fines. Facilitating market access, expanding into new markets or industries often requires meeting specific regulatory or security standards. A mature GRC program makes demonstrating compliance much easier, speeding up market entry. Improving partner relationships. Businesses rely on interconnected supply chains and partnerships. Demonstrating strong GRC assures partners that you are not introducing undue risk into their ecosystem, strengthening these relationships. When you frame GRC discussions in terms of business enablement, risk reduction related to core objectives, and building trust, you are more likely to gain executive buy-in and resources. Security becomes a strategic partner, not just a cost center. The evolution of GRC. Understanding how GRC evolved helps clarify why the modern integrated approach is critical. GRC wasn't born overnight. It emerged from the convergence of previously separate disciplines, early stages, siloed functions, historically corporate governance, board, oversight, ethics, risk management, often focused on financial operational risks, and compliance, legal regulatory adherence operated in distinct departments with limited interaction. IT security was often seen as a purely technical function within the IT department. The driving forces for change, several factors. pushed these functions closer. Major corporate scandals early 2000s led to regulations like Sarbanes-Oxley SOX in the US, emphasizing internal controls and executive accountability, bridging governance, risk, and compliance for financial reporting. Rise of IT dependence. As businesses became critically reliant on IT, the risks associated with IT failures and cyber threats grew significantly, demanding better integration of IT risk into overall risk management. Increasing regulatory complexity. The sheer volume and overlap of regulations necessitated a more coordinated compliance effort. Focus on efficiency. Organizations realized that managing overlapping controls and assessments in separate silos was highly inefficient. Emergence of integrated GRC. The concept of integrating G, R, and C gained traction, supported by frameworks like COBIT for IT governance and risk, and specialized GRC software platforms designed to manage these functions holistically. The focus shifted towards achieving principal performance, reliably achieving objectives while addressing uncertainty and acting with integrity. Today, especially within cybersecurity, an integrated GRC approach is considered best practice. It recognizes that security policies G, cyber risks R, and regulatory obligations C are deeply interconnected and must be managed in a coordinated fashion. GRC versus Enterprise Risk Management, ERM. It's useful to distinguish GRC from the broader concept of Enterprise Risk Management, ERM. ERM aims to identify and manage all significant risks facing an organization, strategic, financial, operational, reputational, legal, etc., across all departments and functions. Cybersecurity GRC can be viewed as a critical component of ERM or a closely aligned parallel process. The risks managed within a cybersecurity GRC program, data breaches, system outages, compliance failures, have clear enterprise-wide consequences that fall under the ERM umbrella. Conversely, the overall risk appetite and strategic direction set by ERM should guide the specific risk management activities within the GRC program. The key is alignment and communication between GRC functions and the broader ERM framework. Common challenges in implementing cybersecurity GRC. While the benefits are clear, implementing a successful GRC program presents challenges. Awareness of these potential roadblocks can help you plan and navigate them. 1. Lack of executive buy-in and resources. GRC is often perceived as a cost center. Securing sufficient budget, dedicated personnel, and visible support from senior leadership is crucial, but can be difficult without clearly articulating the business value and risk reduction benefits. 2. Organizational silos and culture. Overcoming departmental silos, IT, security, legal, audit, business units, and fostering a collaborative culture where GRC is seen as a shared responsibility requires significant effort and change management. 3. Complexity and scope. The GRC landscape, encompassing numerous frameworks, regulations, risks, and controls, can be overwhelming. Defining the right scope and prioritizing efforts is essential but challenging. 4. Keeping pace with change. The external environment, threats, regulations, and the internal environment, technology, business processes are constantly changing. GRC programs must be agile and adaptable, requiring continuous monitoring and updates, which demands resources. 5. Tool selection and implementation. Choosing and implementing GRC software platforms can be complex and costly. Ensuring the tool fits the organization's needs and integrates well with existing systems requires careful planning. 6. Measuring effectiveness, ROI. Demonstrating the tangible value and return on investment of GRC initiatives can be difficult, as success often means preventing negative events rather than generating direct revenue. Developing meaningful metrics, KPIs, Chris, is key. 7. Skills gap. Finding personnel with the right blend of technical security, risk management, compliance knowledge, and business acumen can be challenging. Addressing these challenges requires strong leadership, clear communication, cross-functional collaboration, strategic planning, and a commitment to continuous improvement. In this foundational module, you have explored the core concepts of governance, risk management, and compliance, GRC, within the cybersecurity domain. You've learned that GRC provides a structured approach to directing operations G, managing uncertainty R, and meeting obligation C. We examined the critical importance of GRC, driven by regulatory pressures, evolving threats, stakeholder expectations, and digital complexity, and the significant benefits it offers, including improved risk mitigation, compliance, decision-making, efficiency, and trust. you now understand that GRC's power lies in the integration of its components, creating a continuous improvement cycle. We defined key terminology and saw how GRC principles directly strengthen cybersecurity posture and align with achieving strategic business objectives. Finally, we acknowledge the common challenges faced during GRC implementation. You are now equipped with the fundamental knowledge needed to delve deeper into the specific components of GRC, starting with governance in our next module.